What's up, Heat fans? This is Nic Rohloff of the Heat Report by Chat Sports, and we have some more Miami Heat news for you guys. And before we jump right into it, this is why you subscribe. I am on vacation still. I get back into the office on Sunday, but we're still going to bring you guys a video whenever the Miami Heat make a move or a link to someone. If Damian Lillard update happens, if he gets traded, we'll make a video. Hell, we'll even go live for that potential trade. So make sure you hit that sub button. You don't want to miss anything for your Miami Heat. But let's jump right into the news, and it's the fact that the Heat signed Alondes Williams, a guard who played with them during the Summer League this year, to an Exhibit 10 contract and basically a training camp invite. So Alondes Williams, former Wake Forest standout. He played in Brooklyn. He was with the Miami Heat Summer League team. Honestly, didn't flash that much in Las Vegas, but he gets an Exhibit 10 contract to see if he could make this Miami Heat roster or earn a two-way contract during training camp. And of course, as well, this makes us think what is going to happen with players on the fringe like Jamal Cain and Jamaree Bouyea. Well, I wanted to point this out because Barry Jackson quote tweeted it. And then here's the breaking news as it happens. This is absolutely hilarious that this literally happened as I'm filming the video. So you're reacting, or you're watching me react to it live, but Adrian Wojnarowski just tweeted out that the Heat forward Jamal Cain is signing his qualifying offer and returning on a two-way contract to the Miami Heat. He played 18 games as a rookie last season, and that is just so funny to me because Barry Jackson tweeted out that, according to a source, that he thought or he heard that Jamal Cain is returning to the Miami Heat. And I was going to talk about that in this video, and then you just hear ESPN's own Adrian Wojnarowski tweet out the breaking news while I'm filming this, that he is returning on that two-way deal. So before we break down those two signings in depth more, I want to know your one-word reaction to the Heat signing Jamal Cain to a two-way deal and signing Alondes Williams to an Exhibit 10 contract for training camp. We're going to start with Jamal Cain because he's the one who played with the Miami Heat the most last season. He played in 18 games and averaged 5 a night. But what he did in the Summer League is flash a real potential, and I think he could potentially be someone who makes this Heat roster, and he's on a two-way deal now. It wouldn't surprise me. Say the Heat do get this Damian Lillard deal done, and they trade 3 or 4 guys out of the roster, and they're only getting Damian Lillard back. Well, there's going to be a lot of roster spots, and Jamal Cain's on a two-way deal, as we just reported in this video. That is now potentially going to become a standard deal in this hypothetical scenario. And Jamal Cain, I think, deserves one, because in Summer League, he showed his ability to be a menace on the defensive end. He was so damn good at jumping passing lanes, getting his hand in the cookie jar, and creating havoc on the defensive end, leading in the transition. One good thing about Jamal Cain as well is he is very athletic. So when the Heat do run in transition, creating steals, creating turnovers, and he's running on the wings, he is someone who can slash the basket and catch a lob, or get the ball in transition, take one dribble, slam it home. Jamal Cain, I really liked what I've seen from him, and I don't want to get too ahead of myself here, fellas, but I'm just going to be honest. He, to me, is a very similar basketball player to early Jimmy Butler. And I'm not going to come out here and say he's going to have a Jimmy Butler-like career, but I do think there is a real shot that he does have a very long career and a successful one in the NBA. His jumper still needs work. He doesn't have a good handle either. But like I mentioned, his defensive instincts is something that can make him and allow him to get a roster spot on an NBA team and make a difference. And like I said, if the Heat lose a lot of players in a Damian Lillard deal and have to fill out their roster, and Jamal Cain ends up being the 10th man on this team, or 10th, 11th guy who plays 10 minutes a night during the regular season, he can be a real high-energy guy off the bench defensively and on that wing size. He reminds me somewhat of Haywood Highsmith and where he's at right now, where Highsmith is a really good defender. But what Highsmith can do better than Jamal Cain is hit the spot-up threes, and he's a little bit of a better defender, but Cain's got the athleticism and the ability to get out in transition. Like I did mention, though, the one knock I do have on Jamal Cain is the fact that he doesn't really have a handle, and watching him try to dribble the ball is not great, and it scares me a little bit, but I liked what I saw out of him. In the 18 games he played last year for Miami, Jamal Cain played 13 minutes a night in those games. He shot 56% on the field because most of them were easy layups or in transition dunks. He shot 35% from three. Like, he does need to increase his jump shot efficiency, but he's able to grab 3 rebounds a night, force a half a steal in those 18 games. I really like the way Jamal Cain plays. If you haven't been able to tell, I am a big fan of him, and I want him to earn a for real standard contract to potentially make a difference on this Heat team next year. So that's my little tidbit on Jamal Cain. I'll ask you guys, how excited are you guys for Jamal Cain potentially making a difference on this Heat team next year? Scale 1 to 10. Let me know in the comments section. Now let's move on to Alondes Williams and his contract and what it means. And when I filmed a video last Sunday about Cole Swider signing a deal, when I filmed it, I didn't know what the contract was. It just said from the report that the Heat signed him. Well, we learned a couple hours later and the next morning that the Cole Swider deal is an Exhibit 10 contract. So that means he is in the same boat as Alondes Williams, to where they are not guaranteed anything. The only thing that they are guaranteed is that they will be in the Miami Heat training camp late September, early October, playing in the preseason games, working out, playing with Jimmy, playing with Bam, playing with the other guys on the team. I don't know who. It's hard to name guys, really, because we don't know who's going to be on the roster come October if a Damian Lillard trade does happen. But we know Jimmy and Bam will be there. So they're going to be there practicing, playing against, working out with the guys on this Heat roster, trying to make the team. Now, what I will say is Alondes Williams had a very good collegiate career. He had a unbelievable final season at Wake Forest for the Demon Deacons, where he won ACC Player of the Year. And what we saw in Summer League is his ability to hit jump shots. I think he isn't the greatest playmaker. He can handle the rock a little bit, but he's not going to be someone who creates for others. But he is good at knocking down perimeter jump shots. So what would he have to do to make this team? He's really going to have to showcase shot-making ability in training camp, because when you think of this Heat roster, they don't need someone at that 2-3 spot to handle the rock and create offense. The Heat are going to need role players surrounding Jimmy, Bam, and let's just say potentially Damian Lillard, to the point where when those guys get doubled or they draw attention driving to the cup, they could kick it out to someone or hit someone drive it or cutting baseline or cutting off ball that can finish around the rim and hit a jump shot. I think Alondes Williams can do that, but I'm not going to get my hopes up like I did. Like, I just expressed a lot of intrigue and a lot of excitement for Jamal Cain. I don't think I could do that for Alondes Williams. I liked what he did at Wake Forest. That was 2 years ago. He got some PT for the Brooklyn Nets last year, but really didn't get any real meaningful run. Like I said, he played for the Heat Summer League team this year, didn't do that well. I expected him to do better and be more of a focal point of their offense in Summer League, and he was not. And before we head out of here, I do want to talk about what Alondes Williams and Jamal Cain means for Jamaree Bouyea, because I'm a big fan of Bouyea. I could see him potentially being the third guard, maybe. Like, he could be that 15th or 14th guy in this roster. Say you have a Damian Lillard at point guard, you have a backup veteran like a Goran Dragic if they sign in free agency, and then that third guy being Jamaree Bouyea, who's on a two-way deal and can play when Dame or Dragic miss time. I want Bouyea to be on this team, but I am getting a little nervous because I know they have Drew Smith on a two-way. They now have Jamal Cain on a two-way. I don't think they have a third two-way as we currently speak. Hopefully I'm wrong, because I want that to be a Jamaree Bouyea. And I really would like to see Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra give Bouyea a chance to at least come into Heat training camp like Swider and Williams will be in. And I want to see Bouyea make this roster. Maybe they still have a two-way for him. Maybe they don't. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I really hope Bouyea can make this team, though. If you made it to the end of this video, I am going to once again, implore you guys to subscribe to the channel. We're getting very, very close to preseason NBA basketball. I mean, we're a month, or let's say 2 months away from games being played, and I just want you guys to know that you will be the most informed Heat fan on the planet if you subscribe to the Heat Report. I'm bringing you the latest rumors on the Miami Heat, the latest news like them signing 2 low-level guys of Jamal Cain and Alondes Williams. I'll bring you when the stuff about Damian Lillard happens, and hopefully during the season, we'll do watch parties for the games where you guys can interact with me, we can watch the game together, and have a blast and show the rest of the world how great Heat Nation is. And that is why I want you guys to subscribe, join this channel, make it grow, because I want this to be the biggest Heat channel on YouTube. So if you didn't like that message, then I guess you don't have to subscribe. But if you did, please hit that sub button. I'm going to say go Heat. Peace out. I'll see you guys next time with a video on the Heat Report.